Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to the channel. This is Red Prep and building up to Manchester United taking on Fulham at Old Trafford on the weekend. United come into this match in sixth position. They're coming in a rich vein of form. They've won all their last four matches, are unbeaten in five. They haven't lost anything after the turn of the year. At Old Trafford as well, in last five matches, they've only lost once and drew against Tottenham. Fulham, on the other hand, have dropped completely off from the wagon. They've only won once against any of the Premier League sides in the last five matches. That was against Bournemouth. The last match was a close loss against Aston Villa. It was a close fought match, but eventually Aston Villa came out on the top. Fulham have been struggling with suspensions and injuries, and this won't be an easy fixture against a high-flying Manchester United, especially in terms of the results. The performances have been sketchy, but they have been getting results against some tough opponents and informed teams lately. So United will be hoping to continue their form and deliver, especially at Old Trafford. A new co-ownership plan has been sanctioned and has been approved, and it has come in effect. So United will be buoyed by that as well, and United should win this match. The only thing that I want to see is a good performance and a good start and a fast start, and United finishing off their chances. This should be a end-to-end match because Fulham also like to play, and they're quite an attacking side. Even with a few players missing from the first team selection, I think this should be an entertaining match and a good watch. Coming to head-to-head, since Erik Ten Hag has gotten the reins at Old Trafford. He hasn't lost. Actually, he's won all his three matches in the Premier League and one in the FA Cup. They got two red cards for Willian and Mitrovic. Also, their manager, Marco Silva, got sent off in that match as well. There was a lot of bad blood in that match. Both the fixtures at Craven Cottage last year and this year have been, hard-fought victories, and United have won by, one goal margin, and that too in the very last minute or very last end of the matches. So it has been a competitive fixture for Manchester United. Going forward also in this match, I think at Old Trafford, Fulham will be difficult to break down, and they'll pose a threat certainly on the counter-attack, and United will be wary of that. I think United should be confident of securing all 3 points in this match. Obviously, Fulham, they like to play on the counter-attack. Also, they're good at keeping the ball, but usually against big teams, they like to set up solidly in defense and then have a go on the counter-attack. Good attacking fullbacks in Tete and Kenny Tete and Castagna on the right-hand side, and obviously Anthony Robinson, who I think is easily one of the best left backs in the Premier League. So they pose a lot of threat from there on the flanks. Also in Willian and Deco, they've got good wingers who can cross the ball. Obviously Jimenez is missing, but Muniz has come in. He scored a couple of goals. So they pose a threat in the box as well. In midfield, obviously, they've got Pereira in the number 10 position. Tom Kearney has also played very recently, and he's been playing alongside Palhinha. Palhinha would be a big miss for them because he's suspended for the next two games because he's already gotten 10 yellow cards. So they pose a lot of threats, and even with some players missing, I think they'll still pose a threat on the counter. Only danger man for Fulham, of course, Jimenez will be a loss, though I don't think he has recaptured the form that he showed before his head injury. Muniz has come in; he's also got a couple of goals. The top scorer is Deco Reed, who's a good little player and can get goals against even the big teams because I remember he scored against Liverpool at Anfield, and he scored in some big matches against good opponents, so he's also a threat. Of course, in midfield, they've got Pereira, who's their top assist maker. Tom Kearney has chipped in with few assists. Palhinha will be a big miss because he's the enforcer in midfield. They have the likes of Reed that come in for Palhinha, but it's not like for like replacement, and they'll struggle even with the Iwobi, who's also a good carrier of the ball, but defensively they are not a match for Palhinha. In defense, the fullbacks are good one-on-one defenders, Robinson and Tete, who might be back for this match, or if he's still not available, then Castagna would come in. So they're good one-on-one defenders, but they are attacking minded, and they provide a lot of threat from the flanks in terms of crossing the ball. And Anthony Robinson especially is one of the more accomplished fullback in terms of both attacking and defending. They've got a good set of defenders. Reem is their club captain. Diop has come in. Diop is playing right now alongside Reem, but of course they have got the like Adara Veo, who's a former Manchester City player, and Calvin Bassey, who's coming from Ajax this season. So they've got options in defense, especially in that central areas. Leno, of course, is an experienced player, a former Arsenal player. He's a good shot stopper. Obviously, his distribution can be sketchy. But I think he's done well since he's joined Fulham from Arsenal. He's always plucky in terms of saving shots and keeping clean sheets. So United will have to be clinical if they have to get goal past Burnley in this match. So let's move to the tactical board and break down the prospective lineups and football structure for both the teams. Obviously, for Manchester United, Shaw is out for the rest of the season, so Lindelof, I am assuming, will deputize for him. The rest of the team picks itself. Casemiro has been a problem recently, but I hope that he can stay on his feet and not get another yellow card. He's certainly in danger of getting the 2-match ban that Palhinha has got, so he should be careful with that. I think defense, Maguire was found out last match, but I don't think Fulham had that much pace to trouble United, so he should be fine in this match. Varane and Dalot have been in great form. Both Rashford and Garnacho have chipped in with few goals, but they're still not in great form in terms of their technical output. Fernandes is a problem. Technically, he's a sore thumb out of the bunch. So I don't think that we'll get any solution before the summer with Fernandes. HOJLUND and Meno have been two, top performers for United in the last month or so. So I expect United to continue this great form in this match. For Fulham, they usually play with 4-3-3 with two sitters in Kearney and Palhinha. But since Palhinha is not there, I expect Iwobi to come in, or if they want to be more adept in terms of keeping the possession, then Reed might come in. Pereira plays in the number 10 position. He's their, most creative player. He's got the most assists at 5. Decordova Reed is a threat in the box. Also, he's a team player, so he'll pinch in terms of providing defensive cover to Castagna against the likes of Rashford. Willian also, he defies his age. He's one of their biggest threat. I think he can still give trouble to any good defender on his day, because he's got that low center of gravity and is great in terms of turning and twisting inside and outside the box. So he'll be a threat. Robinson is the one who bombs forward, and he's a big threat. And against the likes of Dalot and Garnacho, who have struggled against the likes of Moreno, against Aston Villa, and also in the last match, they struggled to contain the left flank of Luton and the likes of Doughty, who was putting crosses and great balls into the box. So United will have to try to contain this duo. But if United do invite them, then they'll provide a lot more room for United to counter-attack, especially behind the fullbacks. And Rashford and Garnacho will look to exploit these spaces. Obviously, HOJLUND is a target man, but I like to see him run behind the defense a lot more, so it can open up space for Fernandes to pick up the balls in these dangerous areas and provide assists for the likes of HOJLUND and Rashford. So I expect if United can get that early goal, the fast start, then they can add more goals to the game. But if Fulham play in that plucky manner and provide a threat on the counter attack, they've got the likes of Broha and Traore and Harry Wilson, who can come in the later half of the match and cause real damage on the counter attack. So United have to take their chances early on and have to get the solid lead and then just settle into the game and dictate the tempo and rhythm of the match. So this is how I expect both the teams to line up for this match. With Tottenham not playing this weekend due to Chelsea's fixture against Liverpool in the Carabao Cup final, it's a golden opportunity for United to match Tottenham's placing in the table. Aston Villa play against Nottingham Forest. It should be a cakewalk for them, but we've seen Nottingham Forest play some good away fixtures, especially at Old Trafford. They were threatening on the counter-attack, so could be a possibility in this match. United have to do their bit, and they have to secure all 3 points. I'd like to see a good performance for a change, good consistent performance in terms of 90 minutes. Obviously, we started our matches really well recently, but we have given away the impetus because we are not able to keep the ball. In this home fixture, I expect United to have a lot more of the ball. Of course, if the likes of Palhinha were in the Fulham team, then I would have ventured that they would have more of the ball. But I think United should now dominate possession and try to unlock their low block. I'm sure that they'll play with that low block and try to hit United on the counter attack. With Shaw missing for the rest of the season, I think United will have to find some solution on that in that left back position. Obviously, Malacia, even if he's fit, he won't be match fit. So Lindelof will have to continue in that position, because I don't think even Aaron Wan-Bissaka is match fit. So especially for a couple of matches, I think Lindelof will have to deputize in that position. I think United can easily overcome that by just keeping the ball and dominating possession and try to attack on the other flank, usually with Garnacho and Talo. Who's been in exceptional form recently. So inshallah, for me, United should get that early goal and then dominate proceedings and try to finish off the match as quickly as possible. United travel to Nottingham Forest in midweek for the FA Cup fixture, so they won't have a complete break for another week. So, I'll have to manage their players and their workload as well. Inshallah, United can capitalize on this window of an opportunity and try to close that gap between the fourth and fifth places and try to secure this victory with a good performance also. Please join us for the Red Dissection episode after the match. And until then, take care, do good, pray for Palestinians, all the oppressed people all across the globe. Assalamu alaikum.